I cannot believe I died in episode 3. Or what is this, episode 4? I only died 4 episodes in. But to be fair, it was a hard part. Now, I'm not going to tell you where I die in Live and Reloaded. I've got this recorded up to a certain point, and I did die, but I died in the stupidest way possible that I just have to show it, because it is both the funniest and the stupidest thing you have ever seen death-wise in a video game.
Well, yeah, anyway, yeah, I gotta go now.
Something I always thought was weird is, I know divorces work differently, like the woman suddenly becomes the owner of the house and everything in it, but if the king is the king, couldn't he technically kick her out, you know, being king and all? I don't know, just something weird I kept thinking of.
What do you mean? I thought you said you had big...
Yeah, over there, behind us.
Such small details with the animation of the characters, just giving off different visual cues. Something I really like that they added here. And in the next episode, you'll see probably one of the greatest movement additions they added to Conker. It really adds to the scene that's going to go on later.
What's in it for me?
Cash?
That'll do. But I thought you were begging.
Yeah.
I'm also wondering, how does the king become a bum if he has money? Unless Queen Bee kept all the money too. Which would make sense. Alright. Also, a little something about the soundtrack. They did redo all the music soundtracks. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All the music in the soundtrack, they made it sound a lot cooler. By the way, loading screen. Here's a little, like, visual screw-up, I think. I mean, it doesn't matter too much, but, well, crossing over these beams... Okay, that fire was nowhere near that bad. Especially to ignite it like that. So, I don't know, it doesn't really bother much, doesn't hurt gameplay, and that fire didn't even touch it! Okay, now we've got a crosshair for this, and I'm throwing it directly at the rope, and at Frankie, and then it triggers. It triggers a lot faster in this one because you can aim better. But it still works with the cutscene, I guess. Now, something I did last time, in Bad Fur Day, I jumped off the ledge. In Live and Reloaded, I'm going to go back and go in there on foot.
What'd you do that for? Dumb shit.
You get the exact same cutscene, but in a different context. Which is actually kind of rare. Rare. No, it's kind of rare to get a cutscene that you can enter in 2 different ways, but have a different reaction based on what you did. See, like, in Bad Fur Day, I was a badass and jumped to my supposed death, and I was saved by a cutscene. But in this one, by the way, no hood on the paint pot, and the axe wasn't bloody, and it was also smaller. But this one, I was a total pansy and walked into the barn, had to avoid the Haybot there, and, you know, the cutscene still worked, but it meant something completely different because of what I did. So, kind of cool. And you remember how I said the censorship is really obnoxious? Look at this! Really? The whole point of that line was to put in the Terminator reference, and you bleeped it out? What, are you serious? Alright, the Haybot actually is a lot... everything is easier. I'm just going to say right here. In Live and Reloaded, everything is easier. Every single aspect of the gameplay. Everything is easier. Especially this. The Haybot's easier, except I think he does one less turnaround if you miss the button, so there's a lot more opportunities to miss the button. But this is a joke. Right here. You've got the crosshair, the room is pleasantly lit up. It is just so much easier. Look at that. No problem at all. The cutscenes are a bit late in this, so you don't know if you got them all until you're about halfway up this ladder, I think. But it's all based on time. So if you take too long, the room's going to fill up and you're going to get punished. And, by the way, look at that. Water coming out of a pipe that already has water coming out of it. That seems a little excessive and lazy, graphics-wise. Alright. Look how much of a joke these are. Line up the shot. Boom! One hit. Seems to be one hit for all of them. And there we go. Also, the hitbox around the loose wires was also extended to make it, again, easier. So, there we go. And look at that. Water, 2 spots of water coming out of the same pipe at different speeds. Come on, Rare. It's not that hard to animate something differently. Here's the cutscene I was talking about in Bad Fur Day, where they actually explain where all the water went. And... oh, it's gone. Here we go. And they also changed going up to the tallest point in the game, where they moved a ladder, but then they added something really stupid. And you'll see what I mean here in a sec. There's also... the wasps are slower, even though I still get hit by them. So they're easier to avoid, they're a lot slower, a lot less annoying, because you know pretty exactly how their hitbox works. But look at this! Why would you throw this guy up here? Just such a waste. Well, you didn't think that the bees were enough? You extended the platforms, I just noticed. You made them bigger so you couldn't fall to your death. But then you just added a little gremlin creature? Come on, Rare. It's an M-rated game. Treat us like adults. Kids shouldn't play this game anyway. So stop making it as easy as a kid's game. Anyway, they also added more chocolate for some strange reason. You can't really get all 3 pieces. Ta-da! And because I haven't died, the squirrel tail is not there. I can't wait to show how I died, because as soon as I did it, I started laughing my ass off, because it was so stupid that I just couldn't believe I had done that. I had never done something that stupid in a game before, especially this game. And yes, had I not grabbed onto that ladder, I would have died. So that's pretty much it for the changes as far as the boss battle goes, and anything after that. So, I guess, next time on Conker's Bad Fur Day, we're going to help out King Bee. We're going to help him get some poon. And yes, the cheap fall is still there. So, it's booby time next time. Let's help a bee get sex from a flower. Yeah!